Well on people, I'm backing up here. I'm back in here again, man. And I've actually calmed down a little bit. I think. I've calmed down a little bit. I'm not sure yet. But I just finished watching the live stream from the brother Robert Perkins. All right. And it's like he was talking about basically almost like celebrity worshipping again, and how loads of coons just love to coon for these coons. It's a lot of coons. But it's like, while I was sitting down listening and just kind of observing and obviously throwing in my little comments here and there as well, I started to think about a mentality that we have as black people, or as just black parents, mainly like young black parents and things like that, where you catch many young black parents today saying things like, oh, I just want my child to have the things that I never had when I was growing up. I just want to buy my child the best things that I didn't have when I was growing up, you know. Like, I want my 5-year-old, 6-year-old son to look like 50 Cent, because I couldn't look like 50 Cent when I was growing up, you know. Nah. If I'm gonna put it as an example for here in England, I could just be like, right, if I had a son right now, I could just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go out and buy my son an Avirex jacket, because I couldn't buy an Avirex jacket when I was growing up. So I'm gonna buy my 5-6-year-old son an Avirex jacket because I couldn't have it. I mean, it makes sense. I couldn't buy Jordans when I was growing up. They were too expensive. Jordans were way too expensive when I was growing up. But because I've got the money now, I'm going to buy my 5-6-year-old son a pair of Jordans. I'm going to throw a chaps and chain around him too. Yeah. And a fitted New Era. In fact, I've come to notice as well, like even like some women as well, it's just like they'll do some dumb shit like, I'm going to dress up my son the same way how his dad looks, even though I don't even fucking like his dad. I hate the motherfucker. I hate him. Fuck that nigga. But I'm gonna dress my son up to look just like him. You know, baggy trousers and all that shit like that. Fitted New Era, pair of J's, you know. What's the fucking point? But then none of us actually sit down and think to ourselves, well, the one thing that most of us never had when we were growing up, because I know I didn't, was a savings account. A savings account for you to dip right into the second you turn 18. Like, no parents are thinking about that though. Like, you want to buy your child all the materialistic, superficial shit that you never had. But you're not going to think about opening up a savings account and putting money away every month for 18 years, so that when they turn 18 and then you turn into that sort of parent where, well, if you don't get a job or if you don't pay rent, you can get the fuck out of my house. They can just dip into their savings account that's been saving up, building up for 18 years. And then they don't have to put up with your shit. Why is it that some parents aren't doing that? Why is it that most parents aren't doing that shit? Because I also kind of say that to myself. I'm just like, right, like with my parents, for instance, it's like, you got 5 kids. Like, you have 5 kids. You've raised 5 kids. And one of you thought to yourself, let's have a savings account for all 5 of us, you know? And then the minute we turn 16, 17, 18, go out and get a job. And if you don't want to pay rent money, you can get the fuck out of my house. Like, damn, like, can I at least fucking get paid for at least a full year first? Can I at least get paid for at least half of the year first? Can I at least just enjoy spending my money while I have it, before I even think about paying my mum or my dad rent money to stay in the house I was raised in? That makes no sense to me. I understand you should be able to pay your way, and I've always said that, pay your way in the house. If you still live at home and you work in a job, bring in some shopping, pay for the gas and electric, it's no problem. But to be charged rent money to stay in the house that you was raised in, even though you didn't even ask to be born. Like, this is the thing that fucks me up, is I didn't even ask to be born. I wasn't one day just swimming around my dad's nutsack and thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna really win this race because I really want to pay bills. I really want to pay tax. I really want to work 36 to 37 to 38 to 39 hours a week. That's what I really want to do. So I'm going to win this race up the fallopian tube. That's what I'm going to do. It makes no sense to me. And it's like the whole black shame thing as well, where it's like you get so many black people that like to shame others for still living in the house of their parents at a certain age and shits like that. And then you have so many, like my neighbors, for instance, my next door neighbor, for instance, her Indian family, the whole family still lives in the house. Still lives in the house. The oldest brother still lives in the house with his wife and his son right now. That's how houses get passed down generation by generation by generation. But because most black families want to just force the children out of their house, like, get the fuck out of my house if you don't want to pay them. If you don't want to pay your way, get the fuck out of my house. Like, I didn't ask for this. Like, I really didn't ask for this. I really didn't. Like, if you'd have had a savings account for me, I could have actually dipped into that shit and got my own place the second minute day, hour I turned 18. Like, I could have done that then. But now I've got to struggle to try and save up some money, have 10% taken away from my payslip by some invisible guy who takes it before I've even seen my payslip or before I've even gone to the ATM, and then I've still got to go back home and then part with, like, what, 10 to 13 to 14% of more of my wages again, just to stay in the house and just to not hear no shit in my ears. Like, where does that make sense? Where does any of this make sense? Where did we get so fucking fucked up in our thinking? And it's like with this same shit as well, like where it's just like you're gonna get parents that will kick their child out of their house if they get a job and they don't want to pay their way. That shit gets passed down. It trickles down generation by generation by generation. So even now, when you get young parents who are parents today, who at the age of like 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, they're gonna do the same shit to their child when their child gets older as well. But in all this time, they're not even thinking about having a savings account, even though they see that the world is falling to shit. Like, they see the world is falling to shit. They see living rates is constantly going up while the wages, for some reason, is going down. Like, wages is going down. I've said this in my last public service video. It's going down. They're now paying 18 to 20-year-olds £5.90 when I was 18. I was getting, like, the minimum wage was £6 something. How the fuck has it gone from £6 something to now £5.90? But then you're not going to sit down and think about that. You're not going to think about, like, right, my child's 2 years old right now, or 3 years old right now, or 4 years old right now. I'm going to get this savings account popping off for them right now. Even if it makes me broke, all I know is that I've put money away for my child for their future. For their future. You see what I'm saying? But nobody thinks about that. Nobody even cares about even doing that. They just want to dress their child up as an accessory and have their child looking fly, so then when they roll up into people that they see, oh my god, your child looks beautiful, oh my god, they look so nice, oh my god, they look cute in that. Fuck that. Fuck it. Who gives a shit about any of that? Your child is a child. He's a little kid. He or she is a little kid. You think they care about fucking wearing Prada shoes or Jordans and shit like that? They just want a pair of fucking Spider-Man trainers and a Batman hoodie. That's all they want. They don't give a fuck about any of this shit that their parents care about. They don't give a fuck about it. Do you really think a child is going to be standing there thinking that he's stunting, wearing a friggin' shiny chain or a shiny friggin' bracelet when he's 5, 6 years old? Do you think they give a fuck about any of that? But you're already implanting it into their fucking head. So by the time they reach 10, 11, 12, that's all they know. All they know is being fly because their parent constantly had them looking fly. But they've got no savings account. Like, they've got no savings account. Nothing. Zilch. But in the minute they turn 18 and find a job, then you want to just leak off them. Just constantly. You just, give me everything, give me everything, give me everything, give me everything, give me everything. And then you have so many other families, like, from different cultures, different walks of life, who, they don't care about the family living in the house. You can have a grandmother, a mother, father, children, and their children, all living under one roof. All living under one roof. Because it used to be the grandmother's house and she passed it down to her daughter or her son after they got married, and then they had kids, and then they're looking to pass it down to their kids when they're finished with it. But no, black families just like, nah, fuck that. I want my own place. Like, get the fuck out of my house. Pay the rent. Pay this. Like, you gotta pay half of the rent. Like, what the fuck? Half of it? I've gotta pay half? When the fuck did that happen? Like, I was raised in this yard for like 15 years and now I've gotta pay half? I can't just do no £70 shopping and put £20 on the gas and electric. I can't do that. But I've got to give you 15% of my wages on top of the 10% that's being taken out of it already. Really? Alright. Black shame is fucking us up, people. It really is fucking us up. I'm telling you. Our mindset is fucking us up. It really is. Because I can almost guarantee you there is a bunch of young parents out there right now that haven't even thought of even opening a bank account. There are some people out right now that don't even have a bank account. They're using a post office account just to get their fucking government pay. Like, what the fuck? There are some people out here right now that don't even know how to open up a bank account. I'm being serious, people. There are some people that don't even know how to open up a bank account, don't even know how to walk into a bank and just be like, I'd like to open up an account, please. Can you tell me what different accounts that you have for somebody like me? I opened up my account when I was 16 years old. On my onesies. Like, what the fuck? All the times I had to go to court and shit for bullshit trials. On my onesies. Like, I don't know, bro. Like I feel like we've lost ourselves and what parenting really is, like, you know. And I'm not even a parent, but why do I feel like I know more about parenting than some parents? Like, what the fuck? What in the fuck? I don't know, man. And a lot of people always say to me like, Kieran, how come you ain't got no kids? Cause I'm crazy. That's fucking why I ain't got no kids. I've lost my goddamn mind. That's fucking why. Real talk. To be honest, but I'd rather just seed up 30,000 bitches, man, and just have 30,000 kids running wild out here. No, I'm chatting shit, man, but I don't know, man. Like, I feel like people gotta start waking up to this shit, man, because we see the way the world is going. I keep saying this all the fucking time. We see the way the world is going. We see how it's going. We know we're struggling. We are all fucking struggling right now. But yet and still, our child is looking fly, though. As long as my child is looking fly, I'm that guy. Like, that's all it's about. Don't need that savings account. They don't need it, you know. And can you imagine what it's going to be like for a 6-year-old when they turn 18? A 6-year-old right now, can you imagine what life is going to be like for them when they turn 18? If there is still such a thing as a society. In 18 years, if there is still such a thing as society, can you imagine what it will be like for them then? Yeah, trust me, man. That's all I wanted to say, people, man. I would have liked to have gone in further for this topic, but as you can see, I'm at the plantation and I got work to do, and I couldn't have spoken about this on live because I would have just gone in. And I would have liked to have gotten you guys' views and opinions on this shit as well, man. But I just feel pissed off about that whole shit. I feel pissed off about parents that just want to make their child look fly and materialistic, superficial shit because I couldn't have it like when I was growing up. Because I couldn't have it when I was growing up, I'm gonna allow my child to have all of this shit. I'm gonna allow my child to have all of these computer games and all of these fucking iPads and iPhones and shits like that. And they're only 9 years fucking old. They're only 9 years old and they've already got the latest new phone out, like the latest phone out. Oh, well, they're at school though, so I need to be able to call them. Well, buy them a fucking £10 Tesco phone. That's all they need it for. If they're only going to be calling, that's all they fucking need. A £10 Tesco phone. Give them the straight shotter man phone. Give them the straight drug dealer shotter man phone. That's all they need. They don't need a frigging phone that allows them to scour the fucking internet for hours on end, buy games for hours on end, play games for hours on ends. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? We're already messing up their fucking thinking already, like, by just giving them all of this dumb shit. Like, this is why so many kids today can't even stay focused. They can't even fucking stay focused for more than half an hour. Like, they can't stay focused. Have you ever tried to watch like a child or someone try and sit down and just watch like ordinary television or something like that? If it's not a cartoon, just like a TV soap or some shit like that. They can't sit still. They can't sit still. They can't sit still. So it reminded me of the white girl when I went to go watch the Black Panther movie, and you know there was a couple that came through, a young white boy and a young white girl, and the white boy, he came through, sat down, watched the whole fucking movie, and his girl couldn't fucking sit still. She couldn't sit still. She got up 5-6 times just to walk down the stairs and walk back up. She couldn't fucking sit still because she couldn't relate to what she was seeing on the fucking TV. She couldn't relate to what she was seeing on the big screen. A whole bunch of black people doing African shit. She couldn't relate to it, so she was up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, what the fuck? I was at the point of like, bro, you better chat to your woman, you know, fam, because she's putting me off right now. She's fucking up my whole focus of the movie. But I said that, man. Yeah, I think I'm still pissed off, actually, man. Yeah, I'm still pissed off. Alright, people, man. This is your boy KMD. That's all I wanted to say, man. Shit's mad out here. We got shit twisted. We got shit upside down, right and left, when shit should be left and right. Like, but I don't know. This is your boy KMD. This is Rant Radio. Holla at your boy. Peace.